go Cleveland. Dog pound, we on fire. Dog pound, we on fire. Get him, go, get him. Let's go Cleveland. Get him, go, get him. Let's go Cleveland. Dog pound, we on fire. Dog pound, we on fire. Go, get him. Let's go Cleveland. Get him, go, get him. Let's go Cleveland. Dog pound, we on fire. Dog pound, we on fire. Get him, go, get him. Let's go Cleveland. Get him, go, get him. Let's go Cleveland. Dog pound, we on fire. Dog pound. Go, get him. Let's go Cleveland. Get him, go, get him.
Oh, damn.
Yo, this your boy Thorough from the My Dogs podcast, where my opinions are always just my opinions. We got a good one for y'all today. We got my co-host, Dirt Dog. What's good, baby? What's good?
What's going on, y'all? Long time no see.
We got the one and only, the coach, Mr. Wheelers, in the building. What's going on, Coach? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Glad to be on tonight. Let's get it cracking.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Dirt Dog, you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get it out. Get it out.
No, wait. No. It's positive. Do you know that the NFL has finally confirmed that those AFC championships that we won, the AFC and the NFL championships that we won, they now count.
To who?
To the NFL. The NFL made it.
Yeah. I mean the NFL, but I mean when in breaking news, okay, we got breaking news. Coach, have you heard this? Or he making up stuff?
Yes. The Browns records for when they were in the AAFC, when they first started, all those statistics now count toward NFL information now. So I'm not so sure about how they will honor a championship because they were, NFL already had champions at the time, but all those statistics that go along with that league are now part of the NFL, which I think is a good thing.
Okay.
So now we have 8. I mean, we've always had 8, but now
we've always recognized our championships, but the statistics recognized.
Yeah, and that's why I said to who, because if it's true. And now the NFL is recognizing our 8 championships. Can we go to war with Pittsburgh with 8 championships when they talking about 6 rings? Do we have a leg to stand on?
I mean, come on.
Or we still gonna get laughed at?
It's not the same because it's not the modern era.
Right.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Not the same. I mean, championship is a championship, but we go from Super Bowl era, which is the modern era, which is 1966.
Okay. What we got?
I told you we're gonna keep it PG, TP.
Okay. Do you want to dabble into before we get into it? Do you want to dabble into your stadium proposal? Whatever you got. I'm sorry, Coach. He send me these texts like every day. he wants to talk about it.
I mean, I'm excited. Aren't y'all excited?
Excited about what?
No, they haven't broken any ground. This haven't even been confirmed that there's going to be a stadium yet. This is all talk. They regurgitate the same information just to keep you interested. I can care less. I give me a winning team on the field, then we can talk about a stadium.
I'd rather have a winning team than actually.
And that's why I don't click on the links. But get it out there, dog. Talk about the stadium.
Listen, for the people out there who want to stay on Lake Erie, you might have a shot because Jimmy Haslam said if he don't get the money, he's just going to renovate the current stadium. But who knows? Listen, I hate where the stadium is. I've always wanted a dome, and I'm being a little petty here. I'm not even thinking about Browns games. I'm thinking about WrestleManias, SummerSlams, you name it. I'm just thinking about that. And can you imagine a WrestleMania here in Cleveland? Man, I would lose it. Lose it. Look at Dad. Dad's always a party pooper. But me and TP understand, but
man, look, first of all, they've had WrestleManias here in Cleveland. They just had SummerSlam here in Cleveland. So been there, done that.
What WrestleMania has been here?
Many moons ago, long before your time, young Kemosabe. But that's besides the point. We need a winning product, and not only do we need a winning product, I think as a community, we need to make sure our priorities are in order. We just built this stadium, and I'm not saying the stadium shouldn't be replaced; it needs to be replaced. Let's be honest. But from a community point of view, when I look at my streets and all the potholes I got to dodge, and our neighborhoods that are falling apart, as much as I would love a dome stadium, I need my streets paved. I need my crime down. I need my schools better. So, at what point are we going to put our?
But wait a minute. Let me ask you this, Pop. As a person who works in Cleveland Public School education, I gotta ask, what's wrong with the current? What schools need? What schools need work? Because some of the schools I've seen, because I remember when you was at Sunbeam, you told me they got a new building.
It's one thing to have a new building, but my current one that I coach for needs to be replaced. Okay, they already want to close it, but it's our School of Champions, Glenville, needs to be replaced. Okay, I mean the building is falling apart, for God's sake. Let's be honest about what we need as a community. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have a new stadium, and I will be there when it opens, God willing. But I need to make sure that all my other priorities are taken care of, and they're not necessarily high on my priority list right now.
Okay. I get where you're coming from. Well, TP, what's your honest thoughts, Chief?
I mean, anything about the stadium, everything. Can y'all hear me? Because I'm having technical difficulties. Because I'm about to ask you to take over for a second, but because I'm gonna shut my computer down and turn it back on. But everything, the positive that you said about the stadium only benefits Jimmy and D.
That's right.
So I mean, so none of that stuff means nothing to me. It benefits me for 3-4 months during winter time. I can go to 1 or 2 games, but besides that, all the attraction and all that stuff, that's all money going into their pocket. And as we was talking off air, you were saying that, first of all, our owners sound kind of crazy. You did all this hoopla of trying to build a stadium, doing all this, and now you're trying to say you ain't got the money to fund it. You might have to stay where you at. That just don't look good for Cleveland, period. What type of owner do we have that you went through all this and all this fight? You're ready to break ground. Now you're saying that you broke because you can't come up with the money. I mean, what type of businessman are you? That's where I want to know. What type of ownership do we have that this dude, as Dirt Dogs stated, he did the Deshaun Watson thing, which nobody knows who did that Deshaun Watson trade. Now you done went through.
Yeah, that we know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Now we know. Yes. So he did
what I
that.
always said.
Give me my steak and lobster dinner, TP.
You know where that came from.
I told you.
Yeah.
This was Jimmy Haslam's writing all over it. But no, man. It was Andrew Berry. No. And listen, just like Pop says, you could train a monkey to do anything. You could train a monkey to do anything. Okay? So, I know, everybody else know, Andrew Berry was just a trained monkey. And he was told what he was told to do so he won't lose his job.
Okay, so
yeah.
Now let's get into. I'm gonna shut my computer down and turn it back on. I'm gonna leave it to you, Dirt Dog.
All right.
My dogs, y'all in good hands. My computer.
I'm gonna keep them together.
Up. Yeah, we're gonna talk about do we have to get a quarterback with the number 2 pick?
Okay. All right. Bob, so what are you honest? What's your honest thoughts about us getting that number 2 pick?
I actually agree with what Jimmy Haslam said, that you should not force feed this. I mean, it'd be nice if we can get a quarterback, but it doesn't mean that these particular quarterbacks in this draft are what we need, at least not in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like Shedeur Sanders. I've been asking for him, but at the same time, this is not a quarterback rich draft, at least in everything that I've followed.
Yeah.
Some of these cats I don't know. I mean, I don't have a good feel for them. They may come out and be a great class, but the ones that I've seen so far, I can take it or leave it, honestly.
Now, let me ask you something, because this has been bothering me for the longest. This is probably the most confusing draft I've ever probably seen in a while. I can't think of any other draft where it's a what if, with some of these quarterbacks. And I understand why some cats, like, me, I don't want Shedeur. I want Abdul Carter. So we need somebody to help out Miles.
Right.
And so I'm just, I don't know. And I don't want to deal with his father. I think it's just going to be a headache.
I really think that's where you are in error at. I don't think he's going to be dealing with his dad. His dad got a whole school to coach. He don't have time. I'm telling you, this is professional football. We're not dealing with college. He can't follow his son around like this. Everybody is trying to make a story out of something that's not there. There's no narrative to that. These are people who are speculating, who are creating content, so to speak. Okay? There is no evidence that Deion Sanders will be actively involved in his son's career. Of course, he'll offer him advice and be a part of it because that's his son. But at the same time, that man just got a raise at Colorado. He got a whole football team of his own to coach, and they doing it all at the same time. How can he be a part of all of that? Let's make it make sense. These are people who just want something to talk about. There's nothing to talk about there.
One in Deion, he just jumping in. I think he fallen back on half of the stuff that he was saying at first, that he was going to be active, and he said the only way that he will coach or do anything if it's both of his sons. If both of his sons on the same team, then he'll do it. But I mean, can you trust him? Because he went to Jackson State, then now at Colorado. Now he talking about leaving them. So,
but you know what? It's like apples and oranges. That man just got an extension. He literally just got an extension within the last week. So he's not leaving Colorado anytime soon.
No,
not right now.
I mean, if they just gave it to him, I mean, he's at least 3-4 years out from going anywhere, unless somebody just give him a bag that's just so ridiculous where he gotta go. I can't foresee him leaving all of that behind.
Could that be the plan where Shedeur come in and I ain't gonna say struggle, but have a mediocre first 2 years. And guess what? He's 2 years into that contract, and here come Coach Fromm to coach his son to getting back on track because he knows his son and how to coach his son.
Right.
But what he did was he put when he got to a point to where he couldn't coach his son anymore, he had to turn his son over to people who knew how to coach him for that position.
Yes.
So that was one of the reasons why he got Pat Shermer to come be his. And we know how we feel about Pat. But the one thing Pat is, he is an accomplished offensive coordinator in NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's not much of a head coach, but he is an accomplished offensive coordinator. I mean, so let's be honest about this. You know, the quarterback coach, the offensive coordinator, those are the people that's really coaching that boy.
Yes.
So, I mean, you can put Deion at the helm. I think Deion is perfect for college football. I mean, we knew Jackson State was going to be a stepping stone. You know, in order to get to something bigger. I wish it didn't happen that way. But now he's in a place where he can make money, he can be seen, and even if he falls a little bit, nobody's going to be too upset about it because he's such a high-profile person. He's still bringing attention to that program.
Well, I think the way that he talks to kids or people or men, he only can do that in college. He can't bring that attitude to the NFL. They ain't
exactly.
They're not having that. Not them grown men.
I mean, the guy's a Hall of Famer. You really think he can't talk to the or do you think it's a different? You think it's a man thing because technically you talking to kids.
That rah stuff don't work when the bag is on the line.
Yeah. No, the way he be talking to people. I brought my Louis, my luggage, and y'all can go. And man, they're gonna get up and they're gonna be gone.
Because you know what? He's the one that's in charge of the purse strings right now. That NIL money and all that type of stuff that's coming is going through him. So he get to call the shots. In the NFL, owner calling the shots. And as we seen here, the owner will take somebody that the coach don't even want, and he's stuck with them.
Yes. And imagine Deion coming to a team. I love you, Deion, but imagine Deion coming to a team the same way he went to Colorado, and he says, everybody got to work for their position. There's only 2 positions that basically people ain't got to work for. We got us a quarterback, and we got us a wide receiver. Them the only people that have a job. The rest of y'all got to work for it. Ain't nobody in NFL. They're gonna look like what? What? His son and Travis was the only ones that had permitted position. My son is the starting quarterback. His son ain't. He wasn't even no competition. He just was gifted the job everywhere he went. But
I didn't watch Colorado on like that. Was there was the backup better than Shedeur? Not really.
No, they didn't really have much of a backup. Quite honestly,
he didn't have.
Listen,
he got in.
Listen, Shedeur was okay.
Okay,
he did pretty good at Jackson State, but he even had his bumps there. You know, he went to Colorado. They kind of folded up after the first 3 games first year. His this past season much better. I think I need to see Shedeur with a good surrounding cast around him. That surrounding cast that he had at Colorado was questionable, and so I will give him a lot of props in that he did carry that offense.
Are you saying he needed
Hunter?
Are you saying he needed he needs a Baker Mayfield type offense a little bit?
First of all, he needed an offensive line. It's probably the worst offensive line in college football that I've seen in quite some time.
So he'll fit in Cleveland. But Dirt Dog, what did you say about, do we have to get a quarterback at number 2? I know how Coach feel. How did you feel? I missed that.
I mean, I'm gonna take the note out of what Jimmy Haslam said. Like, let's not. I think Jimmy Haslam is starting to learn a little bit here. I think that Deshaun Watson deal really woke him up. Like, he's sounding a little bit different. Like, hey, let's not force this. He's seen how many times he's forced these quarterbacks and stuff, and it hasn't worked. So I agree what he says. Let's not force this.
And what do you consider force? Because I like Cam Ward. Do y'all consider Shedeur Sanders a force pick?
Maybe.
But that's a tough one.
Yeah, because
it's
we had the number 2 pick, so it's out of them two. Is Shedeur Sanders a force pick?
I'm gonna say no with an asterisk.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way
I'm gonna say yes with an asterisk.
It's like, I think it really depends on what direction that they want to go. He could be a game manager right now. He's trained to be a game manager.
Yeah.
So you need somebody to throw line up, hand the ball off, and dink and dunk. He can do that all day right now, probably better than anybody on the roster. Is when he gets under pressure, what's really gonna happen.
Yeah. So I saw some mock drafts, which I mean we did a lot. I mean it's a nice scenario. Imagine us getting Abdul Carter with the number 2 pick, then late in the first round, get back into the first round and get Shedeur. Would y'all be happy with that?
Well, first of all, I don't think Shedeur gonna be there.
So a lot of people got him dropping.
Right.
He's dropping, but I don't think he's gonna go past Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because Brady is his boy. Brady is coaching him up.
Right.
So they're not gonna pass him up, and they playing the dome.
But I think that's a forced pick for them because I don't think they want him.
Who?
Vegas.
Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean,
the fans don't want him.
This is. I think everybody needs to admit this is a quarterback poor draft.
Mm-hmm.
Any other year, Cam Ward and Shedeur probably would not be at the top. They would probably be middle of the pack quarterbacks. I can find fault in both of their games fairly easily. But because we are such a quarterback-driven league, which I don't always agree with, I think we need to be able to upgrade the talent, then install the quarterback, not let the quarterback get beat up for 3 years before you put enough talent around them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that works. That's a failing formula, but every team tries to do it every year because they think they can win every year.
Yeah, everybody the one who's really been a sleeper is this guy Dart, who everybody keeps talking about.
That's what everybody keeps talking about, Dart. So what about we do Abdul Carter and get back in the first round and get Dart, or get Dart in the second round? See, I don't like Dart in a nice wide receiver. I can't them 2 pick. No, I can't do that because with a nice wide receiver,
if you get Dart in the second round, I can see that. The only reason that he's going into the first round right now because the quarterback class is so poor.
Yeah,
he is not a first round draft pick. He clearly is not. I've watched the boy play. He's not bad, but he's not a world beater.
Yeah.
None of these guys are.
Is he a week 1 starter?
No, absolutely not.
So if we get Dart, then will we got to pick it out there? Who's going to be our day 1 starter?
It looks
they're
like
going to have to pick up something off the scrap heap.
I say go back after Joe Flacco. This one was going to say
he already said he's thinking about Joe Flacco. I still think that it's going to be a trade for. I think we might get Dart, but we also might get Kirk Cousins. I think there's why was Kirk Cousins in Cleveland? What is y'all stay in Cleveland, and y'all can't tell me one reason that he went to Cleveland.
They gave us some BS reason, but we know that the man was house hunting and checking out.
Yeah, I was saying,
wasn't doing a whole lot.
Right. Like nobody goes like it's just like Joakim Noah says. Nobody coming to Cleveland for vacation. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What is he doing? Come on, man. He's supposed to have been hiding and he's taking pictures of everybody. We're okay. This is the My Dogs podcast where my opinions are always my opinions. In a year or two, the Cleveland Browns will lose some draft picks for tampering because there is no way that Kirk Cousins was in Cleveland and supposed to have been taking those pictures. We act like we went to go see was a Dual Carter at Penn State, and we told him go ride around. That's tampering. We was tampering. There's no reason that man was in there. In about 2 or 3 years, we're going to get hit with some tampering charges. If
it's going to be tampering because the Falcons said, "Go ahead."
The Falcons haven't given permission yet.
We all know, but they not going to say it out in public. But they already said he can seek a trade. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Go see what's out there. Go see what the housing stock is like in Cleveland.
Mom, get off. Thing, Mom.
But I'm gonna tell you what I did here again, and I said this, and don't be surprised. They brought up Milrose's name again.
Yeah.
Who?
I saw that.
Jalen Milroe.
I would not be surprised. I would not.
Now, I would not be surprised if that happened. And he is a classic. He's a lot like Jalen Hurts. I mean, they come from the same school. Jalen Hurts clearly was not a first round draft pick. He is a good game man. He's a game manager plus. Okay, that's how I see Jalen Hurts. So now we got Milroe, very similar. His college coach, his offensive coordinator is here. You know, if they want to have the type of offense where they have a Lamar Jackson type or whatever, this is the place. This is the place where he has to be. But
do we have the coach?
I believe we do. See, I think we sell Stefanski short. I'm not a Stefanski fan in that sense, but I'm telling you, think about 4. They tried to put a square peg in a round hole, and everybody said this. But we want to say it's Stefanski's fault.
No, wait a minute. Not to cut you off, but you said somewhat like Lamar Jackson. Do you think Lamar Jackson would have that much success if Kevin Stefanski was his head coach, or Kevin Stefanski would have? They had to they ran that offense for Lamar Jackson. Do you think that Kevin Stefanski would have did the same thing?
But that's the whole thing now. See, we don't know. We don't have a case study for this. But what we do have his college coach. We do have somebody that knows him well enough. So we can get the best out of him.
Yes.
So and if he's a low enough pick, what's the problem? If he goes in the second or the third round and you bring him in, what's the problem? They got him slated between somewhere in the second and third round. What's the harm?
No. I don't. The second and third round, I do not mind a quarterback back then. I'm on. Only thing that goes through my head is who's going to be the starter at week 1. I don't mind it if who's going to be. We can't go out there with week 1 with Kenny Pickett. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Melrose, Dart, and maybe Shador is not week 1. We got to get aggressive in this offseason and this free agency if we're going to get a late quarterback.
Who's left? What's out there worth taking?
That's why I say
that's the
about
problem.
Second or third round, a trade for Kirk Cousins is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's inevitable. You know, or you're gonna see Joe Flacco back there.
And I don't want. Do y'all want Joe Flacco starting week 1?
I wouldn't care
unless he just handing off the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
When Joe was there, though, you can't lie. When Joe was there, though, Njoku was playing out of his mind. I had never seen Njoku play like that before. So, this lets you know the potential we have with Njoku. Because I've never seen him play like that in that 2023 season. He was unbelievable.
The only thing that scares me is the way y'all talking is y'all basically saying we're going to have a losing season this year. Because you said there ain't no more quarterbacks out there. We're gonna get one in the second and third round, which ain't worthy to start week 1. So we're not even going to be at 500.
I think that we need to take a page out of the Baltimore Ravens, what they did back in the day when they won their first Super Bowl. because remember they didn't have a quarterback at all.
All they had was
They
Trent.
they had Trent Dilfer, probably the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Outside of, but they won it on the back of Jamal Lewis and Ray Lewis. They put that defense out there and they ran the ball down.
And another Lewis that did the special teams.
Right. So if you do that, it don't matter who you put back there at quarterback. Again, I told you, you put a trained monkey back there, you tell him to hand the ball off and get out the way.
The trained monkey thing.
That's what you do.
Go ahead, Coach.
I mean that's really the bottom line here. I think we overthink this. We put so much on the quarterback position, which we should. It is the most important position in football. But what is it if he does not have the supporting cast?
Yes.
Okay. So they asked Trent Dilfer, hand the ball off, throw the ball occasionally, and we'll do the rest.
Oh yeah.
Why
he probably threw about 5 times a game.
Yeah, I mean he didn't do nothing spectacular other than stay out the way.
Who, Joe
That's all we
Flacco?
need our quarterback to do.
Who, Flacco?
I'm talking about Trent Dilfer.
Oh yeah.
But
So
their defense put up points. Our defense is, but I mean, we can, and that's another reason why I wouldn't mind a dual Carter. We can get that defense because if a dual, we don't know if he gonna need surgery. We don't know if, I mean, everybody come out with hype. Then we draft them. Then they be like, oh man, you ain't nothing.
I mean, Mike did. He came up with hype. He came out with Myles Garrett.
No. I'm just saying. I mean,
It's
a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people just pans out. Who was the defensive end? Was it not Courtney Brown? That was Courtney Brown.
Courtney Brown was. Oh, it's just a terrible situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he was the best pick at the time. We thought we had something, and he was trash.
Right. When if we would have took LeVar Arrington instead, what would it have been like?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know,
But I just think it's Cleveland. I don't know. I mean, even Clowney's supposed to came out and been a beast. He had a mediocre career. He had one hit against Michigan, and that's it.
Oh yeah, all these guys are hit and miss, and you end up getting a lot more guys in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round who actually do a lot more contributions than some of these guys that go in the 1st and 2nd round. You actually build your team in the mid rounds.
What did y'all think about Geno? I like the Geno. I would have liked the Geno, and what y'all talking about getting a quarterback in the 2nd and 3rd. I would have took a Melrose. I would have took a Dart if I had a Geno.
what about so I think we can all agree Will Howard's off limits.
Not necessarily.
Oh, really?
Not necessarily. Not to me, because the one thing that Will Howard has showed me in a year is that he can learn offense. He can adjust. He can actually run some of the types of formations and stuff that they were trying to do last year. In some instances, he actually fit the bill better.
Yeah,
and he can throw the ball. He just needs to be coached up. He's 2-3
What
years
round?
down the line.
What round would you get a Will Howard?
3 or 4.
Right? Yeah, I said the same thing.
I say 4. I say no less than 4. 3. I think it's still some good meat out there that I wouldn't. Get.
No 3.
Yeah.
He's worth a fly. But this kind of brings me to, how do you build this team?
Go ahead, Coach.
Where did we start? Where did we build this team, guys? I mean, we put so much emphasis on the quarterback, and we don't really think out the rest. Everybody's like, well, we got to have a quarterback. What good is a quarterback if there's nothing else there? We got receivers that's questionable. We got an offensive line that is getting older. And I'm gonna talk about that later when I have my time. I'm gonna talk about that. Okay. And, defense. I think what you saw with the defense last year was, they were on the field too much and too long.
Yes.
They wore down as the season went on, and you saw more mental breakdowns when they're able to get in 4, 6, 8 plays out. That's the best situation. When you got them going on long 12 play drives and 15 play drives, you're bound to fall off. And
then the offense go 3 and out, then you back out there.
You're right back out there, right? I mean, so we're not looking at this objectionably.
Mhm.
You know, how do the offense really is more or less the problem? I think you can find some plug and play defensive tackles. I think Mike Hall gonna be okay. He just wasn't on the field enough. They gave
Yeah.
him a
Yeah.
job now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
now that you got to find somebody to be next to him.
Right.
Well, not to shift gears, but what do y'all think about? I think it's some bull. They trying to ban the tush push. That's weak. That's weak.
Wait a minute. Okay. I gotta see. I gotta look up something for you. Keep talking.
Okay.
I find something for you.
Yeah. What you think, Dirt Dog? I think when they had one GM that already came out and said, because it's a split vote, 16-16, and one GM says he's not naming no names, but they only want to ban the tush push because they can't stop it.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's to me that's a team's problem, not an organization
Yes.
problem. If you got to be able to stop the play.
Yes.
Tush push. It's not. I mean, they've been doing tush push for years. It just got a name now. I mean, come on. I've seen tush pushes since I was a kid. Just all right. Just, put a couple linemen in there and just boom. And then all of a sudden, magic.
Yeah,
Touchdown.
Because that's the only thing that I'm scared of. If they ban the tush push, now you get into what did we do with Njoku? When Njoku got a ball and he went 20 yards down the field, what did we do? We pushed him. Is that a penalty? When it's 4th and 1 and the running back goes up and gets stopped and he trying to get that yard, if the quarterback come back around him and push him to try to get that yard, is that a tush push? Is that a penalty? I don't want to go down that. I don't want to go down that
Well,
road.
it's not official yet. They haven't really.
No. Because it's a split vote, so they come back in May, and in May they're gonna bring it back up.
That is, come on. They trying to make it.
Okay. All right.
I'm
gonna jump in here.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to get the actual official rule, but I can't find it. I'm going to find it later. Okay. Technically, it is illegal for you to assist the runner on any play. Okay. So in essence, the tush push is illegal.
Yes.
Okay. But there are some things where the rules, because they've modified some rules over the years, there's a lack of clarification. So I don't even think they're necessarily going to change the rule. I think they're just going to clarify the rule. Because I agree with what you just said.
They're going to enforce the rule.
Yeah, they're going to have to enforce. But it seems like there's two different rules in play. Where like there's a rule that says like if you're behind the runner, like you're behind the quarterback, that you can enact a shove. But then there's another one that says that you cannot assist a runner. So which one is it? I'm still assisting the runner either way. So they have to clarify the rule.
But you can't do it on defense. On defense is illegal.
Exactly. You can't.
Yeah.
So if you can't do it on defense, then you shouldn't be able to do it on offense. Because I got linebackers who would love to be able to go over defensive tackles and push them and be able to blow up the hole. But they can't.
Well, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. The only reason that I'm against it is because they only trying to do it to stop Jalen Hurts. They're trying to hurt one man, and nobody got a problem because they won a Super Bowl. Now they're trying to get rid of it because they can't stop it.
Right.
Okay, but here's the thing. That play that they run is the oldest play in football.
Yeah,
it's a simple wedge play. Everybody runs it. The only difference is he gets a little assistance.
Yes.
But it's not an even playing field in a sense. It's one thing if you say the middle linebacker can do the same thing that the quarterback is doing coming up. So it's only one player on defense and one player on offense. There's just no way to monitor it. I think that's the issue that I have, just as a sense of fairness. But if you can't stop the initial push, and that's where the real problem is at. It's not that everybody else is so much better at it. Philadelphia is so much better than it. You just can't stop the initial push. That means your linemen are not low enough. You're not stacking it up. It doesn't matter how much they push. if your linemen are low and all the gaps are filled, they should not be able to move you that way.
What quarterback did we put in to always run fourth down? Now, was it? It was.
They put Jameis in. Remember that he
not before Jameis.
No, I remember.
Brissett.
No, I remember
Brissett like that too.
I remember.
Brissett. Yeah. Well, yeah. I think he was like 10 for 10. He made every single one of them. I forgot who it was. Yeah, was that Jacoby Brissett?
Brissett did it, and it's just a thing. The quarterback got to have a feel, and he got to fall for it because obviously the play is close enough for him to fall for it anyway.
There it is.
That's
who did. That's who did it. That's who it was.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is strong enough. He don't need no assistance.
Right.
He's a running back in a quarterback's body anyway. So what are we pushing him for?
But I think it's like how you said, you got to have the feel for it. The quarterback, I mean, everybody can do it, but they just don't know how to do it right. Jalen Hurts know how to pause, wait for that hold, then go. Because I mean, even what do Buffalo do? Are they doing it some type of tush push, or he just doing a quarterback sneak because he big like Big Ben? What do Josh Allen?
He just run. I mean, the man just runs. He just runs and he can fall for it. He got enough power. He's a big man.
Yeah.
I mean, so once he hit the hole or whatever, all you got to do is fall forward. He got the first down.
Because Josh Allen's what, 6'5"?
He's about 6'5", 6'6".
Right.
Yeah.
But
I'm just scared because on fourth downs or any down, when you're trying to push somebody to get the first down, it's just an instinct. You see your man, you need it, and you just push somebody, then you get a flag. I'm scared. I think
but the thing is, it's a long-standing rule. They've chose not to enforce. So what are we going to do? Are they going to repeal the rule? Are they going to tell them not to keep enforcing it? There just has to be some clarity. That's all we need.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So, okay. Now we're going to get into Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. This man then had a baby by a woman that he told her to have an abortion. And he had a jump off. He said he don't want no part of this kid. So the world is getting on him because he's forced that he's going to pay child support. And he in there. He said, okay, I will pay the child support. I want to make one check. 18. How much is it going to cost me for 18 years? I'm going to give you one-time check, and I ain't never got to see you again. Don't bring that kid around me. Don't do nothing. Do y'all have any problems with that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, man.
What? What's up?
You can't say that, man.
Wait, let him talk. Let him talk. Go ahead, coach.
You know what? Just as a man, it's just something all pretty wrong with that whole premise. I understand it's a jump off. But at the same time, man, you the person who put yourself in this position.
Yes.
And that child didn't ask to be here. I can care less about the lady, but the child didn't ask to be here. And that every child deserves a father.
Yes.
And for you to put a child aside like that, it tells me a lot about your character.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Dirk.
I mean, for me, I thought it was one of them fake news tabloids, but I didn't believe it was real. I'm like, you know how many professional athletes have he my baby's daddy. Like, so I don't know. If he said that, I mean, come on.
No, they said he already made the payment.
Oh,
did he?
He already made the payment? Oh, then.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah. And that's my thing. I have no love for a deadbeat dad. I mean, I have zero. If they charge you $1 billion a month, I do not care. I have no love for deadbeat dads. So so that part, be in your kid's life, son, daughter, whatever it is. But I don't have no problem of him trying to make a one-time payment of child support.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So I don't.
I'm with that, but the relationship.
I think.
You know what? You need to stop.
No, she don't. No, she don't. She going in. That's what I thank you. I thank all y'all for the comments. Keep them rolling in.
Man, y'all out here got my mom revved up. She just bored, obviously. And so, I feel like I don't know, man. I mean, I got no respect for deadbeats dads, but I mean, if he willing to pay the money to this woman and fully, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of single fathers out there who might be jealous because, like, I wish I could do that. I mean, like, you know, I still want to see my kid, but I wish
yeah.
But I wish I could just pay it off and just so they can leave me alone.
You know what though? It's these basketball dudes, man. I mean, it's a lot of athletes that go out here and make babies, but I don't know what it is about these basketball dudes. They just bring a lot of drama with them when they go out here and they have these kids. I mean, you heard about the Karl Malone story. They like Karl Malone got with a 13-year-old.
Yes.
I mean, stuff like that. You know, I mean, boy ended up playing in the NFL,
and his daughter ended up playing in
WNBA. He messing with young girls. Don't want to have no relationship with them until they adults. Now he want to have a relationship with them and all. See, this ain't cool.
Right.
No, we gotta hold people accountable. And like with Ant-Man, they want him to be the face of the NBA. How can that dude be the face of the NBA? And that's how he behaved.
Yes. When I'm not mad at Karl Malone, everybody goes through their things, and I mean, I don't know what changed his mind. I hope the Lord changed his mind, and he saw what his wrongs, and he got in his kid's life. But I mean, he was
babies now, if I remember correctly, because he was on that one show. He got his girlfriend pregnant at the time.
Who was that?
Anthony Edwards.
Wasn't he messing around with some other shit?
Huh? He was messing. He had a girlfriend on this one show where they were doing on NBA players like LeBron and all them, and he got her pregnant. He ended up having a daughter.
Yeah.
So
I mean, God bless him. It is what it is. I can turn the page on that cat.
Yeah.
Because he be saying some other stuff that's foul anyway. He don't have no respect for the players of the past.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about
who don't have any respect for the players of the past? You just saying Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards. Yeah, he don't.
Yeah. He talks. He's.
He a spicy type dude. He just be He be saying
I think when he met the president, when he met Obama, he was talking crazy. He was talking crazy. Yeah, can't nobody stop me. I'm the best and all that stuff. I mean, but I ain't mad at him. But what do y'all think about Carmelo Anthony making the Hall of Fame? Did Carmelo Anthony have a Hall of Fame career?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have no problems with Melo. I like Melo. He just had some teams that couldn't get over the top.
Okay.
You know, him and LeBron came in at the wrong time. You know, he couldn't topple LeBron. That's all it was.
No, he couldn't. When he did his thing in New York, then I don't know what happened to him, but Hall of Fame. I mean, how long he's been out? I mean, they're just throwing him in there.
Melo played about what, 15 years, 16
years? Yeah, but I'm talking about how long he's been retired.
I think you got to be retired at least 4 or 5 years in order to get into.
Yeah,
first ballot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I give him Hall of Fame, but first ballot. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I think under the circumstances that we under right now, yes.
Yeah, how about say under the circumstances, but second or third and all that stuff, yeah. But first ballot, I don't. There's nothing about him that says first ballot Hall of Famer to me. No knock on him.
Really? What makes you say that, TP? Is it because he don't got a ring, or is it just?
No, it ain't about a ring. He just ain't the first round ballot Hall of Famer to me.
Okay. He's not.
I think for him,
I agree with you on that one. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, but I don't think that's really fair to say because of the organizations he was with. Denver, to me, when he was with Denver was not a very good organization. Before excuse my mother, y'all. Yeah, Denver wasn't a good organization, and then he got traded to the Knicks, who the Cavs are playing, and they're beating them. By the way, so I mean, that's not fair. That's not fair.
I think he got lost in Denver.
Yeah.
Did he have a better career than Dwight Howard?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Is Dwight Howard a first round Hall of Famer? I'm just making up stuff.
Absolutely not.
But and that's what I'm saying. I think they both somewhat in the same category. Maybe second round, but first round, that just somebody that knows somebody.
Right.
But you know what? He's really the first one from that era to go in. LeBron is still playing.
Yeah.
I mean, out of that era, he's really the first one to go.
No,
so you don't really have nothing to go against.
If you ask me, it should have been Wade. It should have been Wade.
I thought, is D Wade in there already?
I don't think he is.
No, he hasn't been retired long enough. I mean, so these are his contemporaries. Didn't all these dudes come out basically in the same drafts?
Wade, Melo, Bosh, LeBron.
Yeah. I mean, so these now Bosh is not in there, I don't think. Because maybe he didn't play long enough.
Now, I think Bosh might have had a better career than when Bosh was in Toronto. Bosh was that dude.
Yeah.
So I think Bosh had a better career than Melo, or they might be on the same length. Maybe I'm just putting NFL criteria on basketball. Maybe that's what they do in basketball.
I think the time and longevity for basketball, and the amount of time that he played, he did play at a high level for a long time.
Yes.
Football, you normally 5 to 6 and out.
Yes.
What can you do within that 6-year span, 7-year span, that can make or break you? Because if we go by our old records from football, we're dealing with 12, 14, 16. Now we're dealing with 17 game seasons. So how do you compare? Because we go through these debates every year. Who was the best player? Who was the best running back? Who was this? It's like compare apples to oranges because the eras are different.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we actually comparing them to? What is the real litmus test?
Yes. Yep. And about these, did y'all see these bats that the Yankees just came out with? These torpedo bats.
I haven't watched a single MLB game this year because I don't have it on my TV. My grandma switched the bases.
I saw it, but I saw them last year. Nobody picked up on them. I said those bats look kind of odd. They were using them last season.
I haven't seen
Everybody else just now figured out what they are.
Yeah,
I've been seeing them and watching them play. I'm a Yankees guy.
Okay.
I've watched them play a few times, and I'm like, them bats look a little different than what I've seen. It's not a significant difference, but it's slight enough.
Yeah,
because the barrel is up a little more. It's almost like a softball bat. So they
cranked. Was it I forgot who they played. They cranked out like 7 home runs or 10 home runs, 15 home runs in 2 games. They cranking them out.
What's wrong with the bats? Are they like illegal or
no? They're legal. They just changed the weight of it, or they put it close to your hands.
You played enough baseball where but the wood bat is different. When you played, you used the aluminum, and you remember how wide it used to be sometime at the end?
Yeah.
So, but it got real thin in the middle. Well, there's a little more thickness, more toward the middle where the label would be on a wood bat.
Oh, okay.
And then some of the bats now, they almost making them like hockey sticks. So like it has almost like a hockey stick end to it. Stephen Kwan uses one of those types of bats. So bats come in all different types of shapes and sizes now. That torpedo bat, you can get more wood on the ball.
Okay.
And that's really what the big difference is. But it looked almost just like a regular bat. Only to the people who have played baseball the most, they can really tell.
Okay, you ready for the Coach's Corner?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this part of the program is called the Coach's Corner. This was where Coach. We don't know what he's gonna break down. We don't know what he's gonna do, but the coach is about to bring it to you the only way the coach can.
All right, so this is my Rebuilding the Browns, My Dogs podcast edition, and we're gonna focus on this offensive line because we have talked so much about this quarterback and all these other positions, but we have to really examine where it all starts. It's just like a good marching band. The band don't move until the drummers play. The offense don't move until the offensive line gets it together. So now let's look at what we still have on the roster versus what we may have to go out and draft. Because unless we nail this part right, it's not going to matter who you put back behind center if they're not protected. So let's think about this. Who we have coming back? We have Joel Petonio, Wyatt Teller, Ethan Posick, Jack Conklin, and DeJuan Jones, Luke Whippler, and Zach Zinter. Now, we didn't get much out of Whippler and Zinter last year because they were injured. But the other 5 guys that we mentioned, aforementioned, if they're healthy, even though they're a little bit older, the run game is in good hands if we go back to the old running scheme. This is a running powered offensive line. They'll be decent in pass protection, but they should not have a problem running the ball with this particular offensive line if this is the 5 they're going to trot out. Now, and I think Zinter and Whippler will be good backups. I think Whippler is probably the center of the future. Zinter probably was drafted to replace either Petonio or Teller. And if they decide to trade Teller, as the rumors persist, then Zinter will probably be put right into that spot. Then you got these guys who just came in. Cornelius Lucas played for Washington last year, and he is a swing tackle. Tackle has been an issue for us the last couple of years. I think coming up in this draft, we need to really look at tackles that are coming out in some of the lower rounds just so we can help replenish our offensive line. We have another fella named Tevin Jenkins. Don't know anything about him. Roy Mbatika. Don't know anything about this guy. Heard a little bit about Lorenzo Thompson, but I don't think he's done much in the NFL. These are the guys that you're going to go to training camp with. So it's really about building depth now. So as we move forward, I think we need to, we're a week or 2 away from the draft. Who are the top offensive line candidates, or which direction would you like to go as far as building up the offensive line? Because like I said, you have a good offensive line. Your quarterback will be better. Your running game will protect the quarterback, young or old. So if I was the Cleveland Browns, I really would take some time and think about how we're going to improve things up front.
Okay.
All right.
So do you have now what was your starting 5? And
okay, well the starting 5
from left to right or right to left. Who's starting?
Okay, so they as they have it kind of scheduled right now, DeJuan Jones would be left tackle, Petonio is the left guard, Wyatt Teller is the right guard, Jack Conklin is the right tackle, and Ethan Posick is the center. Now, if that's what we're going in with, I'm okay with that, especially if we go back to the old running game that we had. They fit that.
And you like DeJuan Jones at left tackle?
I think we probably have to give him some help, but he can't be no worse than what we had out there last year.
That's one thing I'll give Barry though. He can drive some linemen. He can drive some linemen, except for Jedrick Wills, but who cares about him? But other than that, he can drive some linemen now.
Okay, so
I think the 2 interior linemen that he took that were injured last year, those are linemen of the future. I've seen Zach Zinter at Michigan, and we know what Luke Whippler was when he was at Ohio State. So I think those guys are definitely keepers. So you do have some viable young guys coming down the pipe. And this is the time where if you're going to bring in a new quarterback, a younger quarterback, or a rookie, you got to do a better job at protecting them. And one of the things that they have to go back to is developing that running game. We talked about Petonio and Wyatt Teller and those guys. They were talking about they didn't pull any last year. They
they didn't.
There were, they just didn't understand what it was they were supposed to be doing. But now they brought in a guy who I don't know the new coach's name, but he's supposed to be more in line to what their previous coach was.
Who, Callahan?
Yeah, he's supposed to be more in line with that. He's another Callahan disciple.
I'm still mad about it. Dang.
Yeah, I mean, but it is what it is. But I think it starts here. If we want to keep the offense on the field, then we have to do something with this offensive line first. And that will help breed success for the quarterback moving forward, especially if you got a rookie back there. God forbid we have a rookie starting and we don't have a decent offensive line.
Well, I got a serious question. I got a serious question before Dirt Dog. You ready for the Dirt Dog minute, or you gotta wait till next week?
Yeah, I can do it if you want me.
Okay. But I don't know. I know you said we got to work on the line. We got to establish a run. I might just right now don't know. But who is our running backs? Do we have one running back on the roster? Just off of the top of the head. When you was talking, I said, wait a minute. I know we need a running back. I'm like, but who did we bring somebody back? Who do we have at running back?
Outside of what we had at the end of the year, and no offense to Pierre Strong and these cats, I can't deal with Pierre Strong. The one boy who we had, can't think of his name, one from Cincinnati, Jerome Ford.
Yeah.
Jerome Ford is okay, but
I don't think we have nobody.
But I think in the draft you can find a one-cut runner.
No. I'm just wondering who is. I mean, not to try to put y'all on the spot because I don't know the answer. If y'all know the answer, let us know.
No,
who is actively on our running backs?
I just think
it's who you got, George.
Can somebody look it up?
It's gonna be in my humble opinion, it's gonna be Trey.
No, not going to be. Who do we?
No. Let's look it up. Who's the running back?
Who do we have actively?
I know we got Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong,
Cleveland Browns.
This when James say Ford ain't there.
Okay, we got Trey Harris.
Ford still here.
He
ain't that guy.
And we got Jerome Ford. We got Pierre Strong Jr. We got Trey Harrison and Jerome Ford.
We have nothing.
So,
we don't have a quarterback or a running back. Wow.
Right. But running backs, I think running backs, if you have the right system, they're much easier to replace.
Yes. We had the Dallas Cowboys old line, but it just came across my head like we really do need Chubb to come back, and we don't know. And I think he will be like.
Yeah, Chubb. I think Chubb's gonna come back too.
Right.
Do you think
he's in the offers?
Do you think he's gonna light up the field if he comes back?
If he's healthy and they go back to the original running scheme, Chubb will be fine. He may be a step slower, but it's still better than 90% of the running backs that's in the league.
Hey man, TP, is there a way you could block my mama?
No, we love the comments. We love the comments. We love it. We love it. But no, you said what? I mean, I didn't really with Chubb last year. I can't say he didn't look like nothing. Our line looked like nothing. Every time he got the ball, if he was the old Chubb, what would he even have did? There was no holes.
Right.
For him to do so. We can't. And to
me, that's play calling and scheme.
Yes.
Back to what we went to before. You can call. Hey, listen, I would call that boy up. Who did we send to Jacksonville? I can't think of that boy's name, but he was here for a couple of years, and he would come in for Chubb sometime. I can't think of
yes.
Yeah, he on the street. Last I heard.
Oh man.
Back on the fishing boat.
Dang, I know his name. I can't get it.
Right. I mean, so you get the right runner who understands the scheme, then you can. It's kind of like plug and play.
Dearness
Johnson.
Yes. Plug and play. You can find the right guy. If you got a Travion, I like Quinshawn Junkins.
Woo! If we can get him,
yeah, I like Quinshawn. I think he'll be there.
He ain't going that far.
Travion, they got him higher. They got him rated higher.
Well, who? Trey Henderson? Trey Hendrickson?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Travion Henderson from Ohio State.
He
pick up one of them Ohio State backs, he'll be all right.
Yeah. It wasn't anyone. Yeah.
But I like Quinshawn because he can run in between the tackles. He's a better inside the tackles runner. But Travion is faster, and he can do a little more in the pass game.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get into the Dirt Dog Minute. Okay, I'm gonna put out a disclaimer. Sometimes Dirt Dog just goes off the rail. I don't put him on no leash. I let him do what he do. And forgive me, he might drop a F-bomb, he might drop a curse word, he might drop, I don't know what he's going to talk about. It might be true, it might be factual, but this is the Dirt Dogs Minute where Dirt Dog can talk about whatever he wants, even wrestling. Dirt Dog, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm sorry, America, for having my co-host just put a disclaimer on here. You know, we're friendly people here. Yeah, whatever, Mom. I haven't behaved since I was born. Now, all right, we're gonna talk about the Cavs right now because I'm so sick of people panicking about the Cavs. Relax. The Cavs will be just fine. It happens. They're not. I don't know if you guys must have thought they were gonna win every game that they can have. The coach he's fixing things up. All right, he's switching things up. He's testing things out. He's trying to rest everybody up. And these things happen. I'm so sick of reading on Facebook. Oh my God, the Cavs are not the same. They don't have no mojo like they do. Shut up, man. Like relax. Like Aaron Rodgers says, relax. All right. Like a girl having sex with you. Relax, okay? You know what I mean? Just relax, Jesus. She's gonna lose you to the century.
Stop it!
Relax.
Stop it.
You know what I mean? But now, I see most of y'all out here worried about what the Browns are gonna do on when it comes to the stadium thing. The stadium thing, who knows what they're gonna do? Hell, they could put a big red chicken right there in Coxfield. I don't give a damn. As long as we have somewhere to play and we can make it so we can have a winning organization. All right. I'm just sick of it. I want to win. You know, everybody wants to win. Okay. Now, my last thing before we go out, y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax with some of these videos y'all be posting about some of these teams, some of these players, like y'all know them personally. All right, I'm not even gonna be rabid today, okay? Because I'm just being real cool. I'm being real nice. See, I put my dad to sleep. You see, some of y'all.
I'm trying real hard. I'm trying to keep it.
They trying not to laugh at you.
We try. Look, we're gonna do everything in our power to be a PG show, but y'all gotta relax. You people gotta relax, okay? I'm tired. I can't even cuss today. Today was just a crazy day. I thought my grandmother was gonna lose it today because something was wrong with the car. I thought she was gonna say every word and not in the Bible. So today I'm gonna keep it clean, okay? And mom, I've been PG. If anybody don't know, that's my mama who keep commenting right there. Mama, I've been PG. When I came out your womb, I became PG. I mean, Mom, you can't help that. I've been PG the moment I was inside my pops, but that's a story for another day. Now,
whoa.
Let's just
okay. It was only a minute. Okay, that was the Dirt Dog Minute. I don't know what type of time clock he got, but that was the Dirt Dog Minute.
All right.
Oh man! And as he speaks on the Cavs are winning 118-99 with 1 minute and 55 seconds left in the clock. Okay.
Yep, they're going to win tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's the fourth quarter. It's over.
They said they got to win at least 4 to secure that first seed spot. So they should be fine. They play the Knicks again. The Knicks have been struggling, they said, with winning organizations. So They'll blow out teams who are below 500, but when it comes to teams like the Cavs, the Celtics, the Rockets, and all them, they've struggled. They struggle. I don't know how they're going to do this year. To be honest with you,
Knicks don't have
Mobley is
enough
having a
firepower right now.
yeah, they don't. To me, it can't be always the Jalen Brunson show.
Yeah.
When I watch the Knicks, it's always Jalen Brunson. My thing was they made a huge mistake when they traded Julius Randle. I would have never traded Julius Randle to get Karl Anthony Towns. Well, yeah.
Mobley having a bad day today. He played 30 minutes, so he's been out there majority of the time. He is 4 for 11. And he's 1 for 4 in 3-pointers. He is having a bad shooting day. He got 13 points, but he's having a bad day. But this is the end of the show. This is the My Dogs podcast, where our opinions are always just our opinions. And tune in next week, because we don't know what Dirt Dogs got up in store for us. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good. He's the Chad Johnson of the clique. You don't know what he's going to say.
Oh, I'm cute than that nigga. Let's get started. Yeah, Chad Johnson, that baldy, I still got hair.
No. I ain't talking about that. I'm just saying Chad goes off the rail too. But I thank y'all for tuning in. This is the My Dogs podcast. Please follow on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button. I thank all y'all for the comments, and I thank my special new best friend for all the comments. Let me. Where's our last post? We have no more of the Browns need to be there. Yes. Yes. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. But this has been the My Dogs podcast, where our opinions are always our opinions. We thank y'all. We out.